Welcome to Fact Fusion. We explore the 19 photos that scientists cannot explain. Have you ever stumbled upon a photograph that made you question everything you thought you knew about the world? Imagine coming upon a photograph of a bright sphere hanging over a forested forest while flipping through an old photo album. This is a real unedited picture from decades ago, not a modern digital production. A family in a remote area of Oregon had this identical situation. It was during a camping trip in the 1970s that they noticed this strange light. Despite numerous scientific examinations of the image, the source of the light is still unknown. This is only one illustration of the numerous images that confound both experts and amateurs to this day. In this video, we'll delve into 19 such mysterious photos that defy explanation, each with its own unique story and scientific conundrum. So, stay with us till the end as we uncover the secrets behind these enigmatic images. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to crack the mystery. Let's get started. 1. The enigmatic forest light. Let's begin our voyage with the intriguing mystery of the forest lights. To cut a long story short, reports of these enigmatic illuminations have surfaced in forests all over the world, including the well-known Martha lights in Texas and the Hessdalen lights in Norway. Witnesses report seeing seemingly autonomous, floating orbs of light that occasionally merge, divide, or dance in the air. For example, since the early 1980s, people have been fascinated by the Hessdalen lights. Researchers and amateurs have both attempted to photograph these lights in order to better understand their behavior. There is no one explanation for them. Some speculate that they could be created by ionized gas, while others believe they could be a type of ball lightning. The fact that the lights emerge erratically, making it challenging to continuously analyze them, adds to the mystery surrounding this occurrence. Similarly, observers are still perplexed by the Martha lights, which were first reported in the 19th century. On clear evenings, these lights can be seen close to the Texas town of Martha. They have been likened to shimmering spheres floating over the desert. There is no solid proof to explain these lights, despite a number of examinations, including one conducted by the Society of Physics students at the University of Texas. 2. The Antikythera Mechanism. Let us now discuss the Antikythera Mechanism, a marvel of ancient engineering that is often regarded as the first analog computer ever created. This ancient mechanism, which was found in 1901 off the shore of the Greek island of Antikythera, dates to approximately 100 BC. For calendrical and astrological reasons, the device, which is comprised of an intricate set of gears and dials, was used to forecast eclipses and celestial locations. The precise causes and functions of the Antikythera mechanism are still unknown despite a great deal of investigation. Its complexity has been investigated by academics such as Derek J. DeSoller-Price, who proposed that it could simulate the motions of the sun, moon, and planets. This device's degree of intricacy shows that, contrary to popular belief, the Greeks possessed a far deeper understanding of mechanical engineering. However, the issue still stands. Who constructed it? And how did this cutting-edge information vanish for more than 1,000 years? 3. The Moa footprint. We then travel to New Zealand, the site of an incredible early 20th century discovery. A massive footprint discovered preserved in the mud is thought to be that of the extinct Moa bird. Some species of the flightless Moa birds reached a height of 12 feet. By the 15th century, it is believed that the Maori people had hunted them to extinction. A number of questions were raised by the footprint's finding. Is it possible that some Moa survived longer than originally believed? Debates concerning the dates of the Moa extinction were rekindled by the immaculate preservation of the footprint, which gave it a fresh appearance. This discovery sparked a number of research projects and expeditions, but no live Moa have been located, offering this footprint a fascinating window into a potentially misinterpreted history. 4. The Ulber Sword. We shift our focus from the secrets of nature and historical engineering to the enigmatic nature of medieval weapons. The Viking Ulber swords are prized for their exceptional quality. They were manufactured in the 9th and 11th century. These swords were significantly better than other blades of the day because they were made of high carbon steel, Historians question how the Vikings learned the procedure of creating such complex metallurgy, since it was not recognized in Europe until the Industrial Revolution. The swords were highly valued and widely dispersed, as evidenced by the inscriptions plus UFBERH plus T, which have been discovered on blades strewn over Europe. Scholars have conjectured that the technology might have come from the Middle East or even farther away, and could have been returned via trade routes or conquest, but their precise manufacturing process and the source of this cutting-edge metallurgical approach are still unknown. 5. The grooved spheres in South Africa, where miners have discovered hundreds of metallic spheres from reserves said to be over 2.8 billion years old. We will next stop. These objects, sometimes referred to as Klerksdorp spheres, have an inch in diameter and are frequently equatorial grooves with 3 parallel ridges encircling them. There are several theories regarding their origins, ranging from evidence of extinct advanced civilizations to natural mineral formations. According to some experts, these spheres are naturally occurring concretions created through the precipitation of minerals. Nonetheless, others have conjectured about forgotten technologies or ancient extraterrestrial activity because the grooves on the spheres defy natural processes. Their true nature and origin are still up for controversy and mystery, even after much research. 6. The Voic manuscript. One of the most well-known and mysterious relics is perhaps the Voic manuscript. This book from the 15th century has odd, unrecognizable vegetation, astronomical diagrams, and nude characters depicted in an unidentified script. The document, which was found by Wilfrid Voynich in 1912, has remained elusive despite extensive research by linguists, historians, and cryptographers. Its intended use has been explained by everything from a complex hoax to an alchemical treatise to a coded communication system. While some researchers, such as Stephen Bax, have partially succeeded in deciphering some of the plant and celestial object names, the manuscript as a whole is still a mystery. Experts and readers alike are enthralled by the enigma surrounding who wrote it, why, and what it truly says. 7. The Baltic Sea anomaly. Discovery of the underwater structure on the floor of the northern Baltic Sea. A big round object was found in 2011 by a group of Swedish treasure seekers called the Ocean X Team. With a diameter of about 60 meters, the anomaly's peculiar shape immediately aroused curiosity and conjecture. Theories and scientific expeditions. A variety of explanations for the anomaly have been proposed, spanning from a sunken UFO to a natural geological formation. Some speculate that it could be an anti-submarine weapon from World War II or a glacial deposit. The enigma is heightened by the lack of clear proof regarding its origin, despite multiple trips. Gate. The Atakama skeleton. Discovery and preliminary theories. In the Atakama Desert of Chile, the Atakama skeleton, or Ata, was found in 2003. The humanoid-looking skeleton, measuring just 6 inches in length, featured a few peculiar characteristics, such as a cone-shaped cranium and an unusually small body. Technical evaluation and unanswered concerns. From human fetus to extraterrestrial entity, those were the initial theories. 2018 saw the confirmation through genetic study that Ata was in fact human, despite having several genetic abnormalities that contributed to its unusual look. Even so, there are still some unanswered concerns regarding its precise origins and the environment it lived in. 9. The Perrace map. Explanation of the map and its oddities. The Perrace map, drawn in 1513 by Ottoman admiral and geographer Perrace, is renowned for its accurate representation of the continent's coasts. The map's representation of the Antarctic shore, which seems to be ice-free and accurate to the point that it reflects knowledge unavailable in the 16th century, is among its most puzzling features. Theories regarding its creation. According to some theories, Perrace may have studied old maps that existed before recorded civilizations, maybe from a vanished society that had sophisticated geographic knowledge. Some contend that it might have been the product of creative cartography or an educated estimate. There is still disagreement over the real source of its exact details. 10. The Great Pyramid Void. Discovery of the void in the Great Pyramid of Giza. In 2017, researchers employed a method known as muon radiography to find a sizable, previously unidentified void inside the pyramid. This about 30-meter-long hole is located above the Grand Gallery and is closed off to the public. Conjectures regarding possible content. We don't know what the emptiness is there for. Some speculate that it could be an unexamined room or a structural element of the pyramid, meant to lessen the pressure on the chambers below. Some people surmise that it might hold secret items or have a ceremonial purpose. Still, the mystery remains if no more research is done. 11. The Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. Description and discovery of the stone spheres. These virtually perfect spherical stones, which range in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter, were found in Costa Rica's Diquis Delta during the 1930s. They were made by the ancient Diquis Society and are primarily constructed of granodiorite. Theories regarding their origins and purpose. It's unclear what the sphere's precise function is. According to theories, they may have served as status and power emblems, navigational markers, or astronomy instruments. Their high degree of expertise in creation is suggested by their exact craftsmanship and connection with natural features. 12. The Klerksdorp Spheres. Klerksdorp Spheres. Their discovery and description. These tiny spherical objects were discovered in a South African pyrophyllite deposit. The spheres are polished and smooth, with grooves encircling their equator. They are thought to be about 3 billion years old. Conjectures regarding their origin. According to some scientists, the spheres are naturally occurring structures produced by geological processes and concretion. The accuracy of the grooves, however, has sparked conjecture over their possible artificial origin, raising the possibility that they could be proof of an extinct, undiscovered civilization. 13. The Nazca Lines. Description of the geoglyphs. The Nazca Lines are a set of sizable geoglyphs carved into the ground and are situated in the southern Peruvian desert, the Nazca Desert. These lines, which were drawn between 500 BCE and 500 CE, create a variety of shapes, including geometric patterns, animals, and plants that are only visible from the air. Theories regarding their origin and purpose. The Nazca Lines' intended use is still up for discussion. There are various hypotheses regarding their creation. Some claim they served astrological or calendrical purposes, while others think they were made for religious or ceremonial purposes, maybe as offerings to gods. Their construction technique, which involved removing the lighter-colored dirt beneath the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles, demonstrates a strong grasp of geometry and large-scale design. 14. The Dropa Stones. Finding and interpretation of the stones. Dr. Chipu Te is said to have found the Dropa Stones in 1938 while on an expedition in the Bayan-Kara-Yula Mountains, which are located on the border between China and Tibet. These stones have a hole in the middle and are disc-shaped, about 9 inches in diameter. Tiny spiral-shaped marks resembling hieroglyphs are etched on every stone. Theories and controversies. The Dropa Stones are the subject of several different theories. Some say they relate the tale of the Dropa people, who were survivors of a spaceship crash landed in the region 12,000 years ago. On the other hand, detractors claim that the stones and their story are a fake due to a lack of empirical support and academic validation. The tale is still well liked in fringe and alternative archaeology circles. 15. The Devils Kettle. Description of the phenomenon. Situated in Judge C. R. Magny State Park in Minnesota, USA, the Devil's Kettle is a waterfall. The Brule River divides into 2 streams at a certain point. One stream continues downstream, while the other plunges into a deep hole and seems to vanish forever. Scientific studies and unanswered mysteries. A plethora of scientific studies, involving the use of dye tests and floating objects, have been carried out in an attempt to determine the destination of the water from the Devil's Kettle. But none have managed to come out, so it's unclear where the water ends up in the end. The water may just rejoin the main river underneath, according to recent studies, although conclusive evidence is still lacking. 16. The Baghdad Battery. Finding and interpretation of the ancient artifact. Found in the 1930s close to Baghdad, Iraq, the Baghdad Battery is made up of clay jars with iron rods and copper cylinders. From roughly 150 BCE to 650 CE, the Parthian or Sasanian eras are represented by these items. Hypotheses regarding its function and purpose. An interesting suggestion proposes that these jars were maybe old galvanic cells, possibly employed for electroplating or some type of electrochemical reaction. Some academics contend that they may have had other commonplace functions, such as storing manuscripts. Because there are no conclusive historical records, the true function is still up for question. 17. The Dragon's Triangle. An explanation of the region's anomalies. The Devils Sea, or Dragon's Triangle, is a section of the Pacific Ocean that surrounds Miyake Island and is located roughly 100 kilometers south of Tokyo. This region is said to be a hotbed for enigmatic events, such as missing ships, planes, and equipment failures. Hypotheses and research. Many ideas have been proposed in relation to the Dragon's Triangle, ranging from mystical explanations such as underwater UFO bases or sea monsters, to undersea volcanic activity and magnetic anomalies. Some researchers think the disappearances could be explained by natural occurrences like seismic activity or methane hydrates. The region continues to be mysterious despite multiple investigations. 18. The Toi Papyrus. The Toi Papyrus is an ancient Egyptian manuscript that is said to have described a sequence of odd, fiery disks saw in the sky during Thutmose II's reign, around 1482 BCE. The actual whereabouts of the original papyrus is unknown. However, it is reported to have been viewed by Alberto Tulli, the director of the Vatican Museum. Theories regarding how it explains UFO sightings. The Toi Papyrus is thought by some UFO enthusiasts to represent proof of past alien encounters. However, detractors point out that its legitimacy and translation accuracy are in doubt in the absence of the original text. The story's reliance on secondary sources and dearth of supporting data make it a divisive subject. 19. The Sakara Bird. Finding and interpretation of the artifact. The Sakara Bird is an approximately 200 BC wooden artifact that was found in a tomb at Sakara, Egypt, in 1898. It looks like a bird, but its sleek body and vertical tail are characteristics of contemporary gliders. Theories regarding its significance and purpose. According to some academics, the Sakara Bird may represent an early glider model or perhaps proof of prehistoric aerodynamics expertise. Some contend that it was perhaps a kid's toy or a ceremonial thing. Its purpose is hypothetical due to the absence of a thorough historical background, yet it nevertheless interests archaeologists and aviation historians alike. I hope you've gained insightful knowledge and enjoy the video about photos that scientists cannot explain. Thank you for watching and joining us updated on the latest videos, and if you have any questions, share and